2013 had three very odd and unique super chases. From left to right, here we have Yukio, Hiroki, and Takeshi. They appeared in a very small scene of the movie, and they're just some really strange and peculiar characters. So now, let's get into today's suggestion video. Thank you, Pixar Lover 03 for the suggestion. I really do appreciate it, and I will be reopening suggesting very soon, but for now, you can still make your birthday request if you haven't done so already. And now, let's get into a review of the 2013 Super Chase set of Yukio, Hiroki, and Takeshi. I'll start off by telling you guys exactly where they appeared in the movie. So of course they appeared in Cars 2 toward the beginning of the movie, where McQueen and Mater were on their flight from the United States to Japan for the first World Grand Prix race. They were watching some TV, and what happened to be on was a stunt show, kind of a contest stunt show, similar to American Ninja Warrior. If you guys have ever heard of that show, it's like an American show that just has people go through all these stunts, kind of like an obstacle course, but they're very difficult, and that's what it seemed to be for this in Cars 2. And if you guys haven't realized already, Yukio was the contestant trying to do the stunts on the course, and Hiroki and Takeshi were the hosts of the show. Now, unfortunately, from what we saw, which was only like 3 seconds, Yukio crashed into a wall and fell down, and then the hosts laughed, or they screamed something, but it was all in Japanese. The surrounding characters were in Japanese as well, so it's just kind of interesting, a very nice little appearance in the movie, although very short. So here we'll start off with Takeshi, who of course is one of the hosts, and now he's got this huge helmet that actually came unattached in the package, but I don't really know how to get it off without breaking it. I really don't want to risk breaking it, so we'll just leave it on. I will show a picture of him without the helmet on though. It's just a white plain top, so nothing too exciting. Now he's got this red design on him that's a kabuki design, very similar to Kabuki Mater, where their entire body is painted white and they have some red design toward the front of them. So that's kind of cool. Although they are different shades of red, they do look pretty nice together. Now Takeshi is screaming or something. He just kind of looks like he's saying something. Although the other two are smiling, he is definitely not so happy. And now his helmet here is actually very detailed. It's got this kind of gold trim right here and 2 wrenches sticking out, which looks very nice. Now of course this is entirely plastic, so those wrenches could break off, which I'm just a little afraid of. Now what's interesting about him and Hiroki is that they actually have this kind of dusting along their fenders, which I really don't know why, but it's a nice detail. I'm not gonna complain about it. So yeah, you can see that. Now what's kind of weird about all 3 of them is that they all are the same model car. No joke. I mean, Hiroki here has a antenna on his roof there, whereas Takeshi here just have a plain flat top. But I mean, essentially they are all the same model, which happens to be also the same as Cartney Breakin' here. And I'll just kind of show you guys for comparison. I'll compare each one to Cartney Breakin'. And now technically, these two are different because Takeshi just has a plain flat roof, whereas Cartney has the hole to attach the antenna into. So that technically makes them different. But I mean, the mold is basically the same. I mean, you can kind of see all the similarities there. They're just kind of like a smart car, if you ask me. They have the same style rim, but they are different. Now, if we look on the back here, we can actually see his license plate under there, 03-73, with some Japanese characters above, and it looks like even above the 73 it says 546, but nothing else on the back. And now you can, there's another kind of signifier that these are the same. You can see those black decals on the bumper there. They are exactly the same, except for the one all the way to the right. It looks a little bit different. Now I also really do like the kind of layers that they give the helmet here. You can see that it's just not flat, so that's a nice detail that Mattel gave it. Of course, we also do have the dusting on this side as well. So now let's move on to Heroki here, which is the other host. Now this one appears to be the same exact model as Courtney here, because I feel like the hole where the antenna would go in on Courtney is the same hole where this antenna goes in on Heroki. Now, they may be different models with the glasses or the hat, but I mean, just kind of looking at it, they do look to be the same. Now, if you look at the rims here, they are a slightly different color than Takeshi's. They look to be a little bit more bronze than gray, but of course aren't silver like Courtney's are. Heroki does have the dust on him as well, which is pretty cool. Now, he also has glasses on, kind of lowered to be on like the bottom of his nose. That's what I interpret from this, because they aren't right against his eyes. It kind of reminds me of someone wearing their glasses like kind of like at the tip of their nose. So I'll compare Mel Dorado to him. See how his glasses are like right by his eyes right there? That's like usually how most people would wear their glasses, but kind of, I guess, to make him you're more interesting, you could wear your glasses on the tip of your nose, which, I mean, I'm not really sure. I know some people do that to read, make it better, but I mean, I feel like Heroki did here to make himself look more interesting. I'm just kind of speculating here, just kind of talking guesses, I guess you could say. And he's got a nice little hat on, blue and yellow pattern with a red dot right there. Pretty nicely detailed, although it is plastic. There you can see the dust again. Now, unfortunately, he does have the same license plate as Takeshi. Sad, 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 but I guess, you know, the hosts maybe are the same car. No, I'm just kidding, but it's just, you know, Mattel does this quite a bit, and if you've been watching my channel for the past few weeks, you have seen quite a few other examples as well of the same license plate occurring on multiple cars, which just not good, because that just doesn't make sense at all to me. So now let's move on to the final one here, which is Yukio, which I think he might be my favorite, but I really do like all of these. Now, his expression is kind of weird. He's just really excited, I guess, to slam into a wall eventually, but he just has a lot of character in his face. I do like it. He's kind of this green car, and he also has dusting on him as well, which is interesting. Now, surprisingly, his license plate is actually different than the other two, because it is 06-13 with a 382 above the 13 there, instead of being 03-73. So I'm glad that they changed it up, but since they changed it on Yukio, I mean, why couldn't they change it between these two? It doesn't make much sense to me, but alright. And now he does have a helmet as well, but this one actually came attached in the car because it's attached to his chin right here and just kind of loops up here. Now this is kind of like a rubbery plastic, the chin strap here, and the pink hat is completely plastic, hard plastic. Now he's number 3. Guess that's just kind of an extra added decal. Now, why does he have ears? I don't know. Some Japanese show trying to make things look cool and weird, I guess. I don't know, but it's a nice touch. Makes him just look that much more unique. And so I'm happy. I really do like these Super Chases. I feel like they kind of get overlooked. But if I had to rank all the year's Super Chases, it'd probably go Circus Cars, then these guys, then 2014, and then we move on to 2012. And I didn't include 2016 yet because we don't really know. I mean, sure, Bud is fantastic, but Duct Tape Mater isn't so fantastic. So it really depends on what Super Chase will be after that. So just a little comparison to Courtney break-in here. I didn't really say, but he does have a different license plate than all 3 of these. His is 06-23. And you can also see the similarity in their taillights there. So yeah, I don't know why, but these are all the same model. It's just kind of odd that all of them on the show are the same model, but I mean, I'm not really sure. Maybe there's some relevance to that. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video on the 3 Super Chases from 2013, and thank you, Pixar Lover 03, for the suggestion. I hope the video lived up to what you'd hoped it'd be. So see you guys all on Tuesday for another video. See you guys then. Bye now.